Have you ever been in a position where the Lord instructed you to do something and it made no sense in your situation? That's where my husband and I are right now. So, just a few days ago, the Lord spoke so clearly to my husband and said, "Pick your house." Now, we've been in this apartment for the past 3 years. Prior to that, we were living out of a hotel room for almost 3.5 years. And prior to that, we were living out of our cars and getting hotels and Airbnbs when we could. So it's been a journey for my husband and I. We've been together for 8 years, married for 7. We've been through some really hard times. We've been through addiction, we've been through filing bankruptcy, the living situations I mentioned, just all kinds of things. And we've been so blessed to be in this apartment now after all that, and to be just finally at a place of peace. We have 2 daughters. The Lord has healed me of addiction, so many things. We're so blessed. And our next goal, sorry, my cat is trying to eat my toddler's snacks that she dropped. Our goal has been to buy a house. That's been something that we've been working towards. However, I just recently stopped working, and that is a whole story that I can't wait to get into because it's a really crazy story, what happened with my company and everything. I can't tell it just yet because I'm not fully separated from the company officially yet, but just to give you guys a little preview, basically it became really, really dark. New management took over. I felt it in my spirit for months that I was supposed to leave, but God was saying don't quit. He was saying to wait, and he was really speaking this through my husband, because I wanted to just quit. I was ready to just quit, but he spoke it through my husband that I'm supposed to stay and that he was going to make a way out for me to leave. And that's exactly what he's done. So basically, there was new management, everything became really dark. And again, I'll share more details on that later. But anyway, we've been looking at our finances and trying to see how we're going to make things work with one income. And we have 2 daughters, by the way. We have a toddler and a baby. So now seems like the opposite of the time that we should be thinking about buying a house, right? We're just trying to survive right now. We're just trying to figure out how we're just going to maintain and continue to live comfortably and not have to live in scarcity, So it's just really crazy, the timing of it all. God spoke those words, "Pick your house." So we're like, okay, Lord. So we've been looking at houses online the past couple of days, which is so crazy. And also, I should mention, another thing that God asked us to do in obedience was to go to certain family members and ask them if we could borrow a big amount of money as a loan. And we did that, and they weren't able to loan it to us. And I really just didn't understand. It was the same day that God said, "Pick your house." And I was like, Lord, why did you have me ask for this loan? Like, I felt silly. I honestly did, but I trusted God at the same time. We're trusting him through all of this. And it just doesn't make sense, but I know that God tends to do things in a way that only he can get the glory. He tends to do things in a way where it just makes no sense in the moment. You have to walk by faith and not by sight. And in the end, everybody sees that it was all God, and it couldn't have been done by human hands. So that's kind of where we are. And I figured what better time to start this channel and to really start vlogging like I've always wanted to do than right now, because I can take you guys along on this journey, document everything. I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, we're in such a place of unknown right now, but it's peaceful at the same time. That's how you know it's God doing something, when it's just, you're just in such a space of unknown, but you don't feel fear, you feel peace. That's where we are. And it's crazy because you would think that we'd be like nervous, because we didn't plan on me quitting my job. Basically, they pushed me out. And I'll explain all of it later. It's such a crazy story. But yeah, so we've been looking at houses, and what was I gonna say? Yeah, so basically I'm just going to be vlogging. I have more time to do it now. Gonna just kind of let you guys into our lives a little bit, as me as a mom and as a wife and our little family of 4. So I'm excited. I'm gonna take you guys along. Another thing is, I've wanted to start vlogging for the longest time now, but I always felt like it wasn't the right time. Our place is not aesthetic enough. It's too messy. I don't do enough interesting things. But I'm tired of thinking that way. God is telling me to do it, so I'm just gonna do it. So if you're looking for an aesthetically pleasing vlog, this isn't gonna be that. I'm gonna be doing a lot of cleaning and organizing. I'm gonna be vulnerable and show you guys some things that have been messy for a long time that I just need to tackle. We're gonna get things done. We're gonna clean up this apartment because I think God has been speaking to me to do that for a long time now. And I think part of the reason is because He is going to be moving us, and it would be really weird and crazy to just pick up and move everything while it's chaotic. I think He needs us to get things organized to kind of ease that process a bit, and just to have a clean living space, because who likes to live in junkiness and craziness? So yeah, I just got so excited because I remembered, I think I'm gonna make a naan pizza tonight. I saw this naan bread sitting on our table and I remembered, and I made it one time before, and I think I'm gonna do the same recipe. It was a barbecue chicken pizza. So basically it was chicken, onions, cilantro, and of course cheese, like mozzarella and cheddar cheese, I think, with barbecue sauce drizzled over. Oh no, we don't have any cilantro. Okay, maybe my husband will be going to the store and he can pick up some cilantro, because I really want to make these pizzas. I just got in the car. I am headed to the office for probably the last time ever. I haven't been to the office in probably over a year. Yeah, I've been working from home. I don't even know if I'll be able to keep this clip in, depending on what I'm allowed to talk about, but I think this is the last day. I'm so excited to go get fired right now. Sounds so crazy to say, but the Lord is good. This is a new beginning. I feel it. I know it. I can't wait. Well, I'm back home. I'm finally free. I don't work there anymore. It's not official yet. I still have to send an email, but it's done. And I got some good chicken for dinner. Good morning. I wanted to show how I make my banana oatmeal for me and my toddler that we share. She loves it so much and it's really, really good. So I just start off with regular old oats. I just follow the instructions for microwaving on the back. I use whole milk, and I'll show you what I do after that. Okay, so once that is done microwaving, it will look something like this. And then after that, I'm going to take a whole banana and just mash it up with a fork on the cutting board. And now I'm just gonna put it in the oatmeal. last thing I do is I just add a little bit of, actually a good bit of cinnamon. This really gives it such a good flavor. And again, toddler approved as well. And I just stir it all in, and that is it. This stuff is delicious, very sweet from the banana. 10 out of 10 recommend. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do some straightening up. This area behind me has really been bothering me. This is our dining room table. As you can see, there's just a bunch of stuff everywhere that doesn't belong. And then let me show you this area over here that I'm also about to tackle. I said I was gonna get vulnerable, show the mess. Yeah, just a bunch of random stuff that doesn't belong, a bunch of boxes that need broken down. Oh my goodness, can any moms out there relate of all the boxes, the diaper boxes, everything? And if you don't break them down immediately, they just add up. And then you just have all these boxes everywhere and they take up so much space. So I'm gonna be putting stuff where it belongs, or at least in piles to take it to where it belongs afterwards. Cleaning down the table with some glass cleaner, breaking down boxes. And should I set a timer for myself? I'm gonna set a goal. It's 11:53 right now. I'm going to try to do this all by 12:15. That's gonna be my goal. Let's see if it happens. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's much better than it was. At least you can kind of see the desk now, and there's some organization. Sometimes you just have to do what you have in you in the moment. Sometimes if you try to tackle stuff 100%, it's just too overwhelming. And I actually had a moment there where both of our girls were down for their nap, one of them is napping and one of them is trying to fall asleep for her nap. So it's rare that I get time like that where they're both down, where I can actually kind of do things. So we did what we could, and yeah, I feel so much better. Oh, and I totally forgot about my timer. I did not finish at 12:20. I finished at 12:32, so not too bad. Out on a family walk. Here's the hubby.
Hi, y'all. Ignore my bumps. No.
Aw, it's okay, babe. No one sees them. My hubby is not the kind of hubby that doesn't want to be in vlogs. He likes being on the camera, right?
No,
babe?
I don't.
Yeah,
Sometimes
well,
I do.
We do our TikToks and stuff, so
Yeah,
you're
but
used to it.
I'm used to it. I used to say I don't like doing it.
Well,
yeah. Oh,
all
sorry.
right. See you guys later.
Peace.
Okay, so before I close out this vlog, I wanted to finally give some more details on my job that I just left. So basically, I worked for this company for 7 years. I started off as a CSR answering phones, was promoted to a dispatcher within 1 year, where I was dealing with technicians and their schedule and just talking to them throughout the day. Didn't have to talk to any customers or anything. And for a long time, I honestly loved my job. I could truly say that I woke up excited to clock into work. I worked from home for like the whole time basically, except at the beginning and for a brief period when I was pregnant with our first daughter. But anyway, so the company was originally owned by a man who was a man of God. He founded the company on biblical principles, and when he retired, he sold the company to a corporation that manages hundreds of companies nationwide, and ever since then it started to go downhill. We went through all different managers and things just started to get really dark. I just didn't enjoy work anymore. I was being asked to lie to customers. I just remember one day telling my husband, I feel like I'm serving the devil by working at this job. It got that dark. And I was just praying constantly. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be there anymore, but God was saying to wait, and I just kept praying to get out. God spoke through my husband actually and said, just wait, I will provide a way out, don't quit. So I was holding on. They ended up demoting me back to the CSR position that I hadn't worked in 7 years. And so I was having to answer phones while taking care of our toddler and our baby here at the house, and it was so challenging because you can imagine they're both either crying or making some type of noise all the time. So I used to have my finger just hovering over the mute button while I was talking to customers, and I'd be muting it like after every word that I said, and sometimes my toddler would just come up and scream in the phone. There was nothing I could do about it. But yeah, so they demoted me without reason. The reason actually was that the GM brought in dispatchers that he knew from his previous company, I guess, or previous companies that he was with. I guess they kind of like came with him, and so they just moved out the people that were there prior, even though some of us were there for years and years and we didn't do anything wrong. But I mean, I tried to just do the very best I could. There were so many days where I was just stressed to the point of tears. My husband can tell you, he would come home from work, and I remember one day where I was just hyperventilating. My boss was on my case about why I was marked unavailable from the phones for so many minutes, and both the girls were just not taking their naps, and I was just, oh my goodness. I prayed for this for a long time, to be able to quit my job and be a full-time stay-at-home mom. So I'm just so thankful to God that it's finally reality now. Like, I can barely believe it. It feels surreal. Okay, I'm editing this vlog and I realized I forgot to mention two things. One, the way that God actually provided the way out for me from the job was that the job suddenly required a return to office 4 days a week, and that was not feasible in our situation, considering I was taking care of both of our girls here at home while working, and it wouldn't be worth it to try to put them in daycare or anything. We weren't trying to do that, so that kind of forced us to have to make that decision. And then two, my husband, let me just talk about my husband for a minute. He is amazing. He is such a hardworking man, and he has also been at his company since about the same time that I had started at mine. And in that time, the Lord has allowed him to work so hard and climb and climb and climb and pretty much double his salary. So it got to the point where, I mean, we preferred having my income as well so that we're a little more comfortable, but at the same time, it's like we're okay without it. So I just thank God for such an amazing husband that he's so driven by taking care of me and our girls, and he's just the most hardworking person I know, and I'm so grateful and thankful. Back to the vlog. Yeah, and the manager that took over, actually, there was a company meeting recently that I had to go to, and he openly mocked the Bible at that meeting. So at that point, that was when I really knew I wasn't supposed to be there anymore. The thing is, God will make a way when he has a greater purpose for you, and you just keep trusting and believing in him. He will make a way for your purpose. That is what I have seen with my own eyes that he has done for me now, and I'm so thankful. So I just want to encourage anyone out there, if you're listening and you feel like you're stuck in a job that isn't what you see yourself doing, it isn't what God showed you you're supposed to be doing, it's not aligned with your purpose, keep praying, keep trusting God. He will make room for your purpose. And sometimes you just have to start, even while you're in it sometimes. But making videos is something that I have enjoyed since I was a little girl. I've had many different YouTube channels, most of them like silly, weird, crazy stuff with my friends I used to do. But I've always loved filming and editing and just the whole thing. So yeah, God showed me that he has made space for me to finally do this. That's why I started vlogging like the same week that I was separating from the company, because I knew it was coming. So I'm very excited to be doing this and taking you all along on the journey. So there's so much more I could say about that whole story with my job. Sorry, our toddler is crying. She's supposed to be taking her nap. I'm about to go check on her, but yeah, that's basically it. I'll probably go into more detail because there's so much to unfold with that story. It's a lot, but just wanted to get let you guys in a little bit because I kept talking about it and couldn't share any details. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close out the vlog here. Thank you all so much. If you made it to the end, you're awesome. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more and come on this journey with us of house hunting and just enjoying our family life and just praising the Lord. We love Jesus over here, and he's everything to us. So this is all to glorify him. This is to document and show everything that he's doing in our lives and just take you guys along. So let me go get our crazy screaming toddler. I love you all and see you in the next one. Bye.